What's your persona when you're in a meeting? Beyonce's famous for before she takes the stage, she goes into this diva persona because she's actually pretty shy and introverted. And she said she would never be able to perform on stage like she does if she didn't go into this kind of other person, this other personality she created, in a sense, to go into that zone before she goes on stage. And that really helps her then put on an amazing show. So I've heard, I haven't seen her in person, but put on an amazing show in person. And so I often do that sometimes when I'm speaking. I'll go into CEO mode when I do that, or I do it sometimes in my meetings. And I just recently had kind of a neat experience where I was going in and sort of a different persona or describing my persona in a meeting, and I told my team about it before I went in there. So recently I had an executive meeting. There's been a lot going on, and I knew in that meeting we had to make some decisions. We were going to go through a lot of information, and we just needed to get some things done and in the right order and moving forward. And so I'll spare you all the details, but I knew I was going to be in mode. I was going to be like direct to the point and in decision-making mode. And so when we kicked off the meeting, I actually told the team that, kind of described, we have a lot to get through, and I'm going to be in mode. And what I described it was from a character in Pulp Fiction. If any of you have seen that movie, there's a character, Harvey Keitel, the actor played it, and it was the wolf. He gets called in to clean up a big mess, and I will not get into the details of the big mess. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in his, he has to get a big mess cleaned up in a hurry, so he's very direct and to the point, and he sort of offends John Travolta's character when he's doing this. And so he said, "I'm sorry if I'm being curt, but time is of the essence. I'm not disrespecting you, but we got to move." And I knew I was going to be like that in this recent meeting. So I told the team about this scene, told them about the wolf, and I said, just so you know, today I'm going into wolf mode. Like, I'm going to apologize right now if I'm curt, if I'm straightforward, if I just cut off a conversation and be like, I know what we want to do, here's what we're going to do. This is the reason why, and I don't want to offend anybody, but I can't follow up on every comment I have. Today is going to be one of those modes where I'm in the zone. Going to be the wolf man today. That's when we started kind of joking about it. And a few times the wolf character came out during the meeting. But when it did, everyone kind of chuckled. I even said, there's the wolf again. Let's go. Let's keep moving. I'm in wolf mode. And everybody understood it exactly. And the feedback I got afterwards was, that was so helpful to tell us what your mindset was like at the beginning of the meeting. So we knew it wasn't anything offensive. It wasn't anything where like, is he mad or is he not? We just knew the mode that you're in. And we know when you're in that mode, we recognize it. So really helpful to get that out at the beginning of the meeting. So I just thought it was a really kind of cool experience and a good lesson to communicate with your team at the beginning of the meeting to let them know kind of where you're at, where your mind's at, and that will help set the tone for the entire meeting going forward. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Give me any comments on any tips that you have as well. I'm always looking to learn from anyone to make all of our actions and our meetings and our leadership better. Thanks.